Good morning. Happy Sunday. Hey, you know, boat races weekend, next weekend, which means the hot weather is right on time. So, but you know, I think this has been a wonderful summer, actually. You know, but it's been a normal summer as far as I'm concerned. We've had, you know, a little bit of hot and then it cools down. We have a little bit of hot and then it cools down. We're going back up to hot right now, but that's okay. Like I said, boat race weekend. So I get these publications periodically. That's why they call them periodicals, right? And about health, but all kinds of cool stuff in all of them. But this one really kind of jumped out because of the way that they were talking about being healthy and talking about friends and connecting and intimate connectedness, relationship connectedness, collective connectedness. Whew, say those fast 3 times. But it goes on and on, talks about meditation and how beneficial that is. It says it begins small, 3 to 5 minutes is ideal. Common for thoughts to drift. Focus on redirecting your attention back to your point of focus without criticizing yourself. That's a challenge. So, and it goes on to talk about, again, being social and how important it is at all times of life, but especially as we get a little bit older. And it says develop 1 or more, up to 3 maybe types of healthy relationships, intimate, rational, and collective. Begin small with 1 positive social interaction and build from there. Design the level of interaction that feels comfortable, even if it's sporadic or has minimal human contact. Select the right kind of relationship and do not focus on how many you have. And stay focused. Relationships can take time to mature and may not even work out. Focus on your effort to reach out and you will eventually be successful. So, I mean, it's just, again, another one of these publications that just has all kinds of cool stuff in it. So anyway, we got a really, really nice thank you card. Oh, this one is from UCLA Health, UCLA Medical Center. So, and I have, 3 or 4 medical centers across the country I subscribe to. And so you subscribe to that? I do, yeah. Nice card from Chris Powell. You know, she lost her son, so thanking everybody. So, thanks, Chris. Oh, do I? Okay. Like the whole thing or just the thing she wrote in here? Okay. For my family at the Divine Fellowship, I would like to give my heartfelt thank you for your prayers and food items during this difficult time after losing my son. Also to the prayer warriors, I love the prayer sticks. Mornings and evenings, I strolled the length of them by the driveway. I received comfort from them. Thank you very much. Thank you all so much. Chris and Myron Powell. So, prayer sticks are cool. Can I follow you with this? Yeah, sure.
Perfect segue.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. That was the perfect segue for what we're going to be doing in August. August is August 13th. We're going to have a full day of all kinds of stuff. We're going to check with Daryl, but we're going to hopefully have a drumming Sunday that day. So mark your calendars because it's going to be a full day. Then we want to do a snack luck. Instead of a potluck, we're doing a snack luck. We are in desperate need of more prayer sticks for exactly that reason. And it makes a huge difference in somebody's life who has lost somebody or needs prayers for difficult time. We're really low on them, and we need everybody's help with making up more of those. So the snack luck is twofold. We're going to make prayer sticks at that time. And then following that, Lynn is going to do spoon bending and making the dragonflies out of spoons. So it's going to be a full day of all kinds of fun, and I hope that you can all join us because we do have fun, don't we, Christopher?
Feed them and they will come.
Feed them and they will come. And even, you can fill up on snacks. The right kind of snacks are like, yummy. I can live on snack food. So I'm going to send that around. So if you'd like to partake or can be here, we're going to be sending this around for several weeks in a row. August 13th. So mark your calendars now. We're really going to need the help. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your work you do in the church. You know, the people that are active in the church, I mean, we never really see, sometimes we see them, but there's so many people that you never even know are just out there just really helping. Thank you. Would not do it without you. Our patron saints, John Lennon and George Carlin. And John said, your inside is out and your outside is in. But you knew that, didn't you? So, and George, when will Jesus bring the pork chops? This little title offends all three major religions and even vegetarians. Way to go, George. All right. Ooh, this was interesting. As late as the 18th century, legal scales were weighted against accused persons. Excuse me. English judges of the period gained a reputation for especially high-handed administration of justice. Many of these officials gained their appointments through political influence and were notorious for leaning, showing open prejudice in favor of the prosecution. This was especially marked in case of treason, for condemned traitors forfeited all their property to the crown. Vigorous cleanup campaigns led to a period of careful appointments. Many new justices were alert to the civil rights of accused persons. To avoid any suggestion of leaning toward the crown, some of them went to the opposite extremes. Such an overly conscientious judge was said to lean over backward, and the phrase came to stand for any stickler who went beyond the letter of the law. Now you know. Things that make you go, wit is far more often a shield than a lance. And George Bernard Shaw, better never than late. Oh, this is a continuation of last week when I was talking about, the group of flamingos were called a pat and went through all that stuff. So if you happen to know any of these, I will give you a moment. Oh, thank you, hon. That's what you do when you drink coffee. A baby beaver is a kit. A baby codfish is a sprat. I'm not going to wait for that. I knew nobody would know that one. A baby elephant seal is a wiener. A baby fish is a fry. A baby frog is pollywog. Yeah, close. A baby kangaroo is a joey. A baby swan is a... Oh my word. Good job, Signet. A baby tiger is a whelp. And a baby shark is a cub. I know. So, you not only get really useful information, you get really useless information too here. So, okay.
But it doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, well, yeah, use whatever you want there. Little kids, dear God, is it true my father won't get to heaven if he uses his golf words in the house? Dear God, I bet it's very hard for you to love all of everybody in the whole wide world. There's only 4 people in our family and I can't do it. I like the story about Noah the best of all. You really made up some really good ones. I like walking on water too. Good stuff. All right. Calendar. We're going to have our new one next week because that's the 30th of the month. And Qigong. Yeah, but have you already done your class? Okay, so Wednesday, so you have another one in August for Qigong? Cool. Okay. And then, of course, Qigong every Sunday morning. Take advantage of that if you can. If you've never really done it before, it's well worthwhile. On Tuesday, Josie is doing the process, which is easy emotional clearing, with Josie. Where's Josie? There she is. Talk to Josie about what that is. That's very, very cool, by the way. So there's going to be more about that in the future. On Wednesday, interchange, Sandra and William. And that's right, including, I'm not sure who this guy is, but hey, he picked a ton of cherries and stuff for us, right? So, yeah. Ooh, man. Thank you. They have a few less hairs now, and so they're grayer, so yeah, it's a lot of work. At 7 to 8:30, the planet and breakthroughs and sudden events with Sarah West. So, Uranus. Cool. I like that planet. Intuitive Tarot on Thursday. What? Oh, that's right. There, right there. Talk to Sarah. Ask her about Uranus. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to. I'm sorry. I had to. It's on here, okay? I didn't make it up. I didn't make this up. I probably should move on. Intuitive Tarot on Thursday. And there we go. So, all right. A woman worries about the future until she gets a husband. A man never worries about the future until he gets a wife. A successful man is one who makes more money than his wife can spend. And a successful woman is one who can find such a man. Okay. Happiness. To be a happy man, you must understand him a lot and love him a little. To be happy with a woman, you must love her a lot and not try to understand her at all. So, okay. Woman has the last word in any argument. Anything a man says after that is the beginning of a new argument. So, words to live by. Words to live by. You know, I'm going to talk about Christopher here in a minute. I know he just is looking so forward to that. But do you remember in the past, every once in a while, Christopher would talk about Paul, his cousin who was on the internet, and said, wait, we all waved to Paul and said hi. Guess what? That's Paul. I couldn't help it. So, it's so cool. Oh, by the way, he moved. How can you not be in a good mood after listening to that silly song? We're thinking 13 years. That's a long time, Christopher. Been gracing us with your presence. So we always love you for that and always love your messages. So get your butt up here.
I'm surprised he didn't say get your Uranus up here. Just saying. There's only one Phil. God bless him. Okay. Namaste. Okay, first things first, let me get this out of the way. I'm going to take a small little sabbatical. Monday, tomorrow, I start chemo again, and my chemo is 5 days straight. And I'm really pretty weak after that, and a lot of times I'm losing my voice. So I already told Janice and Phil that I need to get through all of this before I really start coming back, because I never know. This actually is my very best day for stamina and strength, because I'm 25 days since the last time I went through 5 days of chemo. So having said that, I will be back. I just don't know when. Okay? All right, so today, it's interesting. There's two words. They both start with E, and they're extremely important, in my mind anyway, for our soul's evaluation, evolving. And the first E word is experimental. The second E word is experience. And if you don't try any experimental stuff, you don't get any experience. So let's go way, way back in time somewhere on a beach. And this little creature gets kind of washed into the shore, but he's still in the water because he can only breathe water. But a little bit of him is now out, and it feels the sunshine on it, and goes, ooh, warm. I want more of that. Without that experience, he wouldn't have had that wisdom or happening in his existence of whatever that is, and to make the effort then to continue that process. So that's how we evolve. That's how the soul evolves. It has to have that experimental, if you will, process. This church allows you to do a lot of that. Okay? There's a lot of classes that Janice has offered, Josie offers, Sandra and William offer. There's a lot of things that you can come and experience, have that experiential process take place, and then get the experience from that. And that's how the soul grows. It needs that process, if you will, to grow. So it's nice to step out and try different things. And the more things you can try, the better your soul's going to do. There's a couple other things I want to talk. Was that pretty clear? Everybody good? Okay, great. There's a couple other things I wanted to talk about. And one is, I remember coming in and I can feel my voice is not as strong as it usually is, but I remember coming in and talking to you about karma and Newton's law of motion. And it was pretty straightforward, because if the law one, if the body is at rest, it will continue moving in the direction that it's doing, and it's really fine. When you apply that to karma, when our spirit is at rest, it continues moving in a straight line or wherever it's going, and everything's fine. Law two, when something strikes that body, it then moves in the direction that it's been struck with the same amount of force that has been struck. And same thing happens with spirit. When something happens where you grow or learn a new truth or whatnot, spirit picks that up and moves now in that direction. The third one, which is really the most important one as far as karma is concerned, and when I talked about it last time, I don't think it was really clear. The third one's really important because that's where your personal karma really steps into the picture. And that's when you strike an object with a force, that same amount of force is going to push back on you. Okay? Plus, law 2 has now been put in motion. So what I want to talk about is that third law of karma. When you look at a situation, let's say an earthquake takes place, and there are two houses that are destroyed. One person is distraught. Everything in their life has gone down the tubes as far as they're concerned. And the other one's not distraught at all because he's happy that his family is still alive. And everything else in his mind was just material stuff. What was the karma? Was the karma the earthquake? Was that the personal karma? No. The personal karma was how they reacted to the earthquake and to what happened. So it wasn't the event that was the personal karma, but it's how you react to the event. Let's take it another step further. Let's say we have two dogs, okay? They're both chained up. One's constantly pulling against the chain. The other one's just lying there, just chilling. Is the chain the personal karma? Not really. It's just the event. The personal karma is the dog pulling against the chain, and it's causing pain. The other dog is not pulling against a chain, so it's calm, everything's fine. So I wanted to make sure that when we talk about karma, it's not the event that's the karma, okay? Our personal karma really is associated with how we react to what's ever happening. Does that make sense? And I don't think I was clear about that the last time I came, so I wanted to clear that up, because that's an important thing. I love also to talk about myths and folk tales and all those things, and I've talked to you about monkeys and sharks and all kinds of other things to illustrate different types of things. And each myth, and I love them, if you start reading folk tales from around the world and gathering all that kind of information, there's nuggets of truth in all of those things, and they're just beautifully written. But they all have a deeper meaning. And I remember I told you once about, well, let me just tell you the story and then I'll take you into the second meaning of it, okay? I've told you this one before. It's jungle. It's evening. An owl flies through the jungle and finds a perfect branch to rest, go to sleep on. So that's where he sits. An hour goes by, maybe a little less, a little more, not sure. But the owl sits and has such great hearing. It hears something. So it opens its eyes and it looks around. And it sees a man walking through the jungle. And he walks up to this tree that has roots that are coming out like this, all over the place. And he pulls out a piece of rope, about this long, ties one end to the root of the tree, and he has a jug. And he ties the other end to the jug. And he reaches into his pocket and he pulls out some peanuts. Drops them into the jug. Lays it down, walks off quietly, the way he came into the jungle. The owl's watching all of this, closes his eyes again to sleep. 45 minutes, maybe an hour goes by, and then all of a sudden, the owl hears, "Help, help, I'm trapped, I can't get loose, help, help, help." Owl opens his eyes, he looks down, there's a monkey. Monkey's stuck, he's got his hand in a jar, he can't pull it out. So the owl flies down, he wants to look at this and see what's going on. And the monkey sees the owl, he says, help me, I'm stuck, I'm trapped, I can't get loose, I can't get loose. And the owl says, well, if you let go of the peanut, you can pull your hand out. No, they're mine, they're my peanuts. It's better than saying my nuts, huh? Okay. Phil's influence, what can I say? So the monkey doesn't want to let go of the peanuts. So the owl goes, oh, suit yourself. And he flies off. So the peanut represent, in this particular story, the way it's laid out, greed. Okay? But the peanut can represent a lot of other things besides greed. The peanut can also represent a spurred love, or rejected love, or somebody that did something to you and you can't let go of it. It doesn't matter what your peanut represents, as long as you hold on to it, your world for that particular matter is as long as the length of that rope. You've lost the ability to have that experiential thing going on so that you can have experience and have your soul growth. You're stumping your soul growth in that area. Does that make sense? Okay. So it's really hard to let go of something when you really feel you're right. I'm going to hold on to this no matter what. And as long as you do that, your world in that arena is as long as the length of this rope. And that really kind of stunts your soul's growth. So that's the other layer to that particular folk's tale. Every single one that I've ever told you has multiple layers to them. And if you look, you can discern them. Truth is an easy thing. It takes its time. It's not boastful. It just is. You know when you found a truth because you can check with your higher self. It'll let you know this is true. I can't tell you that it's true and expect you to believe it. You have to do that with your own higher self. So anything that you hear me say, and if you walk away saying, yeah, that rings true to me, you're checking in with yourself. Okay, that's the best way to discern truth. I think one of the ways I like to describe it is New Year's Eve in New York, where they're going to drop the ball. Okay, Times Square. That's the main artery in New York. Has to be open. Has to have things going, traffic going through it. It's like the heart of New York. But on New Year's Eve, they close it down. Okay? And they talk about what they do to build this ball. And they talk about all of the people that are there and all the barriers and barricades that are put up. And they have entertainment and all of this stuff. And the ball comes down and they count, they count it down and then poof, it happens. And at the very end of the program, if you watch it on TV, because being there live, you have to wear diapers because you're not going to get to a bathroom. That's the truth. It's better to watch it on TV. So, at the very end of the program, they may say 1 or 2 sentences about the people that will clean this stuff up. That's the only recognition they get. That's truth. Because by the time daylight hits, New York Times Square is open. Everything's been picked up. Everything's been cleaned up. Everything's been moved. That's how truth works. It doesn't come with a glittering t-shirt that says, I'm truth. Okay, it doesn't do that. It just is. And it's everywhere, and you can discern it. But don't look for it to have fancy robes on or be colored with all kinds of wonderful stuff. It's not going to show up that way. So those are some of the things that I wanted to share with you this morning because my voice I can feel it's getting ready to go. So I have a poem that I want to read to you, and then I'll probably maybe call it a day. This is called The Language of Light. It's a book of poems that I picked up, I don't know, maybe about 14, 15 years ago. It says, Thy love will flow. Father, Mother, God, I will love Thee in Thy sweet embrace, and from my heart I will dream into truth the healing of the world. Through this soft and open heart, Thy love will flow, and I shall know the truth of who I am. From the formless we have come to touch earth lightly, closed in matter, that the essence of light, borne on angels' wings, comes to be embraced, to touch and to heal and to awaken the sleeping children of light. I thought you would like that. There's some really nice poems in here. And as usual, I like to close with the great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let the light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let the purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let love and light and power restore the plan on earth. Namaste.